Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are really focusing in on artificial intelligence, but we're trying to look past the usual hype cycle
Right.
and place it right where, well, where the execution actually happens, the Office of the Chief Operating Officer.
Yeah, that's exactly the right lens, I think. For the last few years, AI has been something the COO maybe had to support, help IT get it running. And now, based on what we're digging into today, this 2025 State of AI and Operations Report, which is a collaboration between the COO Forum and AI leadership. It's pretty clear.
Okay.
AI is something the COO has to actively lead. The big message, really, from these sources isn't that AI is going to replace operations leaders. Not at all.
Right.
It's that it's going to fundamentally redefine the ones who choose to get good at it.
Faster.
Okay, let's unpack that. It sounds high stakes. So our sources here, they draw insights from a very specific group, right?
Yeah, really targeted 73 operations execs, COOs, other top ops leaders.
And across different industries, too, like manufacturing, service providers, nonprofit, IT, SaaS, fintech, a pretty widespread.
So the idea here, our mission for this deep dive, is to pull out the practical stuff, the reality on the ground, not just theory.
Exactly. What's actually happening with AI adoption, and maybe more importantly, the execution piece.
And I guess the hook, especially if you're a manager or an executive listening right now.
The hook is simple. This isn't about the future anymore. It's not future-proofing. AI is today's job. It's an operational mandate right now.
Wow.
The competitive edge is shrinking fast. The leaders who jump on this now, who really grasp the strategy, they're the ones who'll pull ahead.
That definitely sets the stage. Okay, so let's jump right into what the report calls the AI leadership paradox, because this sounds like where the real tension is.
It really is. You've got this huge surge in ownership,
Right.
but then this surprisingly low level of actual readiness, preparedness.
Tell me about the ownership part first. How much has it shifted?
Oh, it's decisive. The data shows 6 out of 10 COOs now either own or co-own their company's AI strategy. 6 in 10.
That's a majority.
It is. And if you break it down, a full third, 33%, they lead the strategy outright. Another 30% are right there, co-leading or advising.
So very involved.
Deeply involved. Only, 8% are saying they're not exploring initiatives right now? Tiny fraction.
Okay, so AI is firmly in the COO's court now. It's not just an IT thing off in the corner.
Nope. Definitely an operations portfolio item now.
All right, so the COO is at the table taking charge. But here's the paradox you mentioned. It should be ringing alarm bells for anyone listening, I think.
Absolutely.
Despite this high ownership, this clear mandate, only 1 in 5 COOs, just 20%, they actually feel prepared.
Just 1 in 5. It's kind of terrifying when you put those numbers side by side, isn't it?
It is. Why? Why the huge gap? Is it just fear, or there's something missing, like practical guidance?
I think it's largely tactical, but it's rooted in a kind of inertia. They see they need to lead, yes, but they often lack a clear how-to and execution framework.
Yeah.
And that's why we see this overall AI maturity rating being so low. Most execs admit it. They say their organization is, and I quote, stuck in beginner mode.
Beginner mode, ouch.
Yeah. And if you look closer, execution is the biggest gap, the most measurable one. Only 5% of all respondents rated their execution maturity as advanced.
Wow, just 5%. That execution gap, I mean, that's the difference between talking about AI and actually getting value from it, right?
Precisely.
So for you, the listener, if your organization feels stuck in beginner mode on execution, you're already behind that 20% who feel ready.
You are.
And boards. They're not going to wait, are they? The report says 9 out of 10 COOs think AI skills are vital for their future role. 71% said very likely.
Huge numbers.
So if ops leaders aren't actively building those skills in their teams now, that 80% gap in feeling prepared, that's going to become a massive competitive disadvantage, a chasm.
Which brings us right to the next big question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If COOs own it and they see the skills gap, they see the execution problem, what's actually stopping them.
Yeah, what are the roadblocks? Let's dig into those practical barriers the sources mention.
Okay.
I kind of expected these to be really technical things, like foundation models or needing more computing power.
Yeah, me too, initially.
But the report says the top roadblocks are more internal, things COOs usually handle. CO levers, they call them.
Exactly right. They aren't hitting technical walls so much as organizational friction points, things they should be able to fix.
Okay, like what? What's number one?
Number one, cited by almost 60%, 59% of COOs, is integration with existing systems.
The classic legacy tech, technical debt.
Yep. Standard operations work, really.
Right.
Right behind that, talent gaps. That's 44%.
Okay.
And then closely following, unclear ROI or use cases,
Yeah.
42%.
So integration, talent, proving the value. If you look at that list,
Yeah.
yeah, that feels like stuff squarely on the ops leader's plate, not the data scientists.
It really does. Infrastructure, resources, governance, that's the COO's domain.
Let's stick with that talent gap for a second. 44% say it's a barrier, but 90% think the skills are vital. So why aren't they fixing it faster? Is it about hiring new people or training the ones they have?
The report leans towards a failure of enablement, training existing teams.
Okay.
The few leaders who are ahead, that advanced 5%, they're focusing on training their current managers and teams to use AI almost like a collaborator, a thought partner.
Not just hiring external unicorns.
Right, not just chasing data scientists. The bigger drag seems to be inertia and just the sheer difficulty of weaving these AI tools into how people already work. Which loops back to that big integration barrier, doesn't it?
Yeah, the 59%. Hard to bring in new skills if your systems can't even support the tools they need.
Exactly. Your environment holds you back.
Okay, so that makes where they focus AI even more critical. But here's where the strategy looks, well, a bit unbalanced, based on the report.
How so?
When they asked COOs what they were trying to achieve with AI, the goals, they were kind of narrow. A huge 88% are focused on operational efficiency.
Okay, makes sense. Low-hanging fruit.
And 81% on employee productivity. So basically doing the same stuff, just faster or cheaper.
Right. Everyone's chasing those initial wins. The efficiency is sort of the baseline expectation now, isn't it?
It feels like it. But connecting this back, if everyone gets a 10% efficiency boost from off-the-shelf AI, that doesn't make you stand out, does it?
No, not at all. It just maybe keeps you in the game a little longer. Stops you from falling behind too quickly.
You nailed it earlier, the efficiency trap. You're just polishing the old assembly line.
Right.
The real competitive difference isn't just being efficient, it's transforming things. The leaders who get ahead shift to innovation earlier.
And that's the gap we see in the data. Only 42% of the COOs surveyed prioritized innovation and product development as a goal for AI.
Wow, 88% on efficiency, only 42% on innovation. That's a big difference in ambition.
It really is. It's the difference between using AI to, say, automate an old spreadsheet process versus using AI to design a whole new service or a disruptive product.
Yeah. One cleans up the past, the other builds the future. That's where the real lasting value is created, surely.
Absolutely.
So the immediate takeaway for you listening isn't just get an AI tool. It's maybe change your intent. Stop using AI just to clean up old messes.
Right. Start using it as a blueprint for something new.
Which brings us neatly to the how. If the forward-thinking COOs aren't just asking which tool, but how should we think?
Yeah.
That sounds like it leads to this action playbook and the CRIA framework mentioned in the report.
Exactly. The CRIA framework is designed precisely to bridge that execution gap we talked about, that 5% versus 95%.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple but really powerful four-step method. It helps turn that fuzzy strategic idea into actual AI-powered execution with alignment, with precision.
And the key is using AI as a, what did you call it, a thought partner.
A thought partner.
Yeah.
Not just an answering machine spitting out data, something that challenges you, helps you refine.
Okay, CRIT, CRIT.
Yeah.
An acronym. So the first step, C, is context.
Yes. Define the strategic problem you're trying to solve in, like, excruciating detail.
So not just make sales better, more like
Pinpoint the top 3 administrative friction points in our process, from lead qualification all the way to contract approval. Specificity is everything.
got it. Specificity drives value. Okay, then R is ROLE. What does that mean?
This was cool. It dramatically boosts the quality of what you get back from the AI. You tell the AI to act as a specific expert relevant to your problem.
So not just asking the generic ChatGPT.
Right. Don't prompt a general AI. Prompt an AI acting as, say, a strategic finance analyst who specializes in distributed manufacturing supply chains.
Yeah.
Or maybe a workflow optimization expert with deep Six Sigma experience.
I see. So it adopts that persona, uses the right language, focuses the analysis.
Immediately. Elevates the whole interaction.
Okay, C is context, R is role, then I is interview. You said this was a game changer.
I think so. Because instead of you just feeding prompts to the AI, the framework flips it. You have the AI interview you.
The AI asks me questions.
Yes. Smart, probing questions to really dig deeper into the challenge, surface your assumptions, understand the constraints you might have forgotten.
That fights the garbage in, garbage out problem, doesn't it?
Totally. When you first state a problem, you always make assumptions. You miss things. Having the AI act like a sharp consultant forces you to clarify, fill gaps, define constraints properly.
So it ensures strategic rigor before you even ask it to do the main task.
Exactly. Get the setup right first.
Which leads us to the final step, T, task A.
Right. Now, armed with all that rich context and the right expert role, you ask the AI to perform a specific, useful action with precision.
And the report gives an example for process improvement, right? The task has to hit multiple targets.
Yeah, a great example. The task isn't just improve the process, it's create a step-by-step process that does three things. One, reduces admin time by, say, 15%.
Right, measurable efficiency.
Two, maintains or even improves our current quality standards. Crucial for ops.
Can't sacrifice quality, right?
And three, it has to be easily replicable by our existing team members without needing tons of specialized training.
So it ensures it's practical and scalable.
That structure is key. It connects the efficiency goal, step 1, with quality and scalability, steps 2 and 3. Ensures the fix supports the bigger picture, not just the tiny local optimization.
That makes a lot of sense. So that CRIT framework, it sounds like the engine inside this broader action playbook the report talks about.
It really is the core operating system. The playbook then builds on that with 3 essential moves for leaders.
Okay, what are they?
First, align strategy, which is where tools like CRE come in. Second, equip teams, enable your managers, let them experiment safely, get AI into the workflows.
Right, the enablement piece we talked about.
And third, embed AI. Make it part of the daily routine. Infuse it into leadership meetings, decision-making processes. Don't let it be a separate project.
Make it normal. And this isn't just theory, right? There's a really potent real-world example in the sources that shows this working.
Oh yeah, a fantastic one. From a manufacturing company, it perfectly illustrates the power of getting that alignment right.
What happened?
Well, their executive team, they suspected there was waste, inefficiencies, but they weren't exactly sure where. They felt their strategy wasn't quite landing on the factory floor,
Okay, a common problem.
So they didn't just dump data into an AI model. They used this CRIT-style thinking, specifically the interview and task parts.
How?
They use AI to interview dozens of their functional leaders individually across the whole business, asking about daily bottlenecks, missed opportunities, where things felt inefficient compared to the goals they were supposed to be hitting.
So crowdsourcing the strategic context from the ground up, basically.
Exactly. They gathered all those patterns of friction, of misalignment, using an AI framework. And once the AI understood where the strategy was breaking down operationally the context, then they fed it the numbers.
What kind of numbers?
2 years' worth of detailed spending data.
Okay, so context first, then data. And the result.
The result is, it's pretty stunning. Within hours of the AI analyzing that spending data, cross-referencing it against those friction patterns from the leaders, they identified $4.6 million in wasteful spending.
$4.6 million.
In hours.
In hours.
All right.
And here's the kicker.
Right.
Traditional financial analysis. It had looked at those same expenditures multiple times and missed it. All of it.
Why? How did AI find what humans missed? Were the old systems just slow?
It wasn't about speed, it was about context. The $4.6 million wasn't spending that broke rules, it's spending that was perfectly compliant, but just didn't align with the actual strategic outcomes the leaders themselves had identified as important.
Wow. So AI connected the what we spend with the what we're trying to achieve in a way the old systems couldn't.
Precisely. It just validates how crucial it is to embed this kind of strategic thinking, aided by AI, right into the core leadership routines.
That's a massive win. Huge ROI, found incredibly quickly, really shows that power of aligning people, systems, strategy, and doing it fast. It does. And the competitive stakes here are just crystal clear from stories like that.
How so?
The operations execs who are getting this right, they're finding that every AI win, it compounds, it builds momentum, creates positive feedback loops.
Right. Success breeds success.
But the flip side is also true. Every delay, every month spent stuck in beginner mode, it just widens the gap between you and the competitors who are moving. That strategic gap compounds too.
But the biggest risk today isn't messing up your first AI project.
No. The biggest risk is waiting too long. It's inaction. Staying stuck.
This era, it's demanding more than just tweaking efficiencies, isn't it? It's about fundamentally rethinking how you operate, how you lead.
It really is. The modern AI-driven leader, as the report suggests, needs to be both a composer.
Defining the strategy, setting the vision.
Exactly. Setting the guardrails. and also a conductor.
Making sure the orchestra, the teams, the tech actually plays the music correctly at scale.
Perfectly put. Making sure it all performs together, executes the strategy.
And that transformation, it sounds like it is being led by COOs, by ops leaders, the ones who get how to fuse people, systems, and AI to accelerate.
They're the ones driving it. So the message for you listening is really that the journey has to start now, today.
And it doesn't start with the chasing every new tool.
No, don't get lost in the tech hype. Don't worry about every new certification. Just internalize one simple, powerful question. Apply it every day to every task you do.
What's the question?
How can AI help me do this? Better, faster, smarter? Just ask the question. That's the starting point.